Hawks, sophomore Lakin here to start off the show. Today is December 13th and it is an A Day. Today's student of the day is Madeline Dundas, who comes to school every day ready to learn and do her best. She's a good listener with a contagious smile. Maddie brightens the day of those who she meets throughout the school. Nominated by Mrs. Tong. Now over to Emily with today's news.
Hey Hawks, Emily here with more of your news. This afternoon, Studio 315 in the library after school, so make sure to check it out. Here's a video all about 3D Printing Club.
So, what's your name?
My name is Christopher Russell Rivera.
Nice to meet you. Why should somebody sign up for 3D Printing Club, or what would they do in a typical meeting?
Why should someone sign up for 3D Printing Club? Well, 3D printing is the forefront of technology. It is becoming so popular, and I think that if everyone gets to learn how to use it, they'll be better prepared for the future.
How does someone sign up?
You can sign up. You can see posters around the school, and you can come on Wednesdays from 3:15 to 5, or we also have a scannable QR code.
Interesting. Can you give a brief description of how the 3D printing...
So the 3D printers work. So we use different types of software for 3D printing. Some of these include Blender, Tinkercad, Onshape, there's XYZ Maker, and even Roblox Studio. So once we make a model, we have to export it to the computer as a .stl. That's the file extension that the 3D printers use. And then once we do that, we can import it into XYZ Maker. This software is the bridge between any modeling software and the 3D printers. It's what allows the 3D printer to read our model and interpret it. Once we do that, we don't really have to do much on the 3D printer besides put the filament inside the printer, because after that, when we click send on the computer, it sends the print and voila.
How long does the 3D printing take, usually?
A typical 3D printing project takes around 8 to 10 hours. So we usually leave the projects running overnight and then come back the next day in the morning.
And see how they turned out?
Yeah.
Next Wednesday, Studio 315 is hosting a holiday extravaganza in the Makerspace, complete with holiday crafts, activities, and a cookie decorating bar. Come check it out. Also, tomorrow night, CPP's Drama Club, That's the Spirit, premieres. Be sure to come out for opening night. Tickets are $10 at the door. Lastly, tomorrow is the final day to order Hawks clothes from the Student Athlete Advisory Committee. That's all for today. Now over to Tony with your weather for today.
Hey Hawks, sophomore Anthony here with today's weather. Today is a high of 34 degrees and a low of 25 degrees. Now I'll send it over to Evelyn with your sports.
Hey Hawks, Evelyn here with the sports. Last night, our boys basketball team went up against Johnson City and lost 78-63. And boys swimming brought in the W with 98-76 against Johnson City. Tonight, both our bowling teams will be competing in Horseheads at 3:40. Both our wrestling teams will be competing at home starting at 5:30. And finally, girls basketball will be playing Johnson City in Johnson City at 5:30 and 7:15. That's all for today. Now over to Kenna to wrap up the show.
Hey Hawks, sophomore McKenna Page here to wrap up the show. Thanks for tuning in to CPPtv, your daily source of news around the nest. If you missed anything from today's show or any previous shows, you can check them out at our YouTube at CPPtv. To get updates on the show, follow our Instagram at CPP.tv or our TikTok at CPP.tv23. Thanks for watching and keep flying, Hawks.